Okay, good evening. Yours truly going to be cooking whatever we got, and in this case, I want to show you this. Let's see what I'm going to be cooking with, and I've never had one before. I went ahead and got one of these induction burners, the Dux Top. Okay, and what I want to try doing is cooking with cast iron and this induction burner. It's going to get loud. There's a fan in there, so I'm going to speak up. And if it does get a little loud, I apologize. But before then, let's have some of that adult grape juice. Oh yeah, that's some good aged adult grape juice. Anyhow, I've got this induction burner. You have to use metal pots, and in this case, I'm just using an old cast iron Lodge pot. Just put it right on top of here, okay? And it says to make sure you put whatever you're going to do first in there. And in this case, I just want to show you how I can heat up some beans real quick, because I'm going to have some beans for din din tonight, along with the pork steaks I'm going to cook, okay? Right here. And these pork steaks, what I did was did a little garlic salt, okay? Garlic salt, seasoned pepper, right there, and a little olive oil that I just kind of put on there as a binder. And I'm going to cook it just like I do the ribeye steaks, where I'll take some garlic and I forgot what this is called now. Thyme? I think it's thyme. And I'm going to put it in here, okay? But for now, I just want to show you how quickly it'll heat up these beans, okay? So I'm going to turn it on. It's going to get loud. Fan's pretty loud, okay? I'm going to crank up on the temp. Let's go to, let's see, 400. And I'll just kind of lay everything out a little bit, and it'll heat up really quickly. But what's cool is I can touch the sides and I don't feel much heat, but I can feel it start cooking right in the middle here. All right. And one of the things you want to make sure if you're going to be using one of these is get you a little magnet. Okay, right here. This baby's sticking, and as long as it sticks, okay, you know this baby's going to rock. Okay. Do read the instructions. There's some special things you got to keep aware of. For me, I'm just going to use the temperature. I put it on 400 degrees, turned it on, got the fan cranking. Look over there, it's already heating up. I did this with some soup that I had earlier for lunch, and it just heats up quickly. It almost reminds me of one of those little tea kettles that you get when you're making tea. Okay. And it does give you a warning that you need to make sure you have stuff inside it. You don't want to just put a bare pan on there, okay? And so right here, this is going to be my beans. And the thing I like about cast iron, I really like about cast iron, is I can just kind of rinse it off really quick and wipe it dry and start bringing in the next thing, okay? Look at that. That's already heating up there. Let me see. Oh, that's hot already. Wow. That is quick. It's almost like a microwave, it seems like. Okay, well. Enough of that. Let's go to cooking. Okay, let me go ahead and stop it. Power off. That took just the amount of time that I'm sitting here talking with you. I'm going to taste it real quick. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that heated up in like minutes. Oh, I do like myself some really good beans and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and throw that in here. Okay, I got the power off. And I'm just kind of getting things situated here so I can prep the pork steaks. Okay. And yeah, it's not even hot. The handle's not even hot. Wow. Okay. So let me just slide over here. I'm just gonna dump it over here in the container. Okay, I'm not dumping it in the sink. I'm dumping it here in this little Pyrex container deal here, right here. Yeah, it'll shut off fan-wise once it's done doing its little coolie cool deal. Okay. Yeah, that's fast. I was really impressed in that. I think that's one of the things I was looking into was how quickly it'll heat up stuff because you're going to cook it fairly quickly. All right, let me go and rinse off the. I'm using a Lodge iron skillet. Okay. I've used it over coals, over fire, and whatnot. And now I'm going to use it on this induction burner. I did clean up the bottom a little bit and make sure that everything's good. Let me go get our paper towel real quick. Okay. And let me just dry it off so it's nice and clean. Ready to go for the next batch. And yeah, the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off a little. Put that aside. Okay. You rinse off the deal that I'm going to be cooking with. And all right, that's good there. Okay. Now let's go back to the cookie cook part. Okay. So again, pork steaks. I'm going to cook them in olive oil and butter along with some thyme and some garlic. And I'm going to do it just like I would do a ribeye steak. Okay. And this is garlic salt, Lawry's garlic salt, and some Lawry's seasoned pepper. Okay. And then I just chopped up some garlic. Okay. Let me have a little bit more of that aged grape juice. Oh yeah. Just chilling on a Sunday. It's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this back on. We'll put it back on the dealie. Okay, I'm gonna start out with some olive oil. Okay, just putting a layer of olive oil on there. Put some deals of garlic. Okay, and this is basically the first time I've been using this was today. It just came in today and I just felt like grabbing one of these babies and giving it a try. So far I've heated up some soup that I made earlier for lunch, and today I just showed you how quickly it heats up those beans. And now I'm going to do some of these steaks. Going to make a couple for this coming week where I can just put them in for lunch, and then one for dinner tonight. All right, bear with me. I'm just going to throw away some stuff because I need to throw stuff away. For dinner, I'm going to have some of that cauliflower rice. I did a live stream yesterday on the cauliflower rice where I used this LeCue ricer. That was a pretty good deal there. Really tasty. Along with some stir-fried vegetables, but I'm going to save those for lunch for next week, or for this upcoming work week. And other than that, yeah. Okay, so you can hear it already cranking up. Let's see, temperature-wise, I left it at 320. I'm going to bump it up to 370. There is a power setting you can use. And they say to use the power setting more if you are kind of winging things, like in this case browning some steaks. But I'm going to stick with the temperature deal for now. Okay. Let me grab one of these thymes and just kind of throw it in there. Several of these thymes. Okay. And I'm going to grab the small steak here first. The pork steak, and put it right on there. Okay, and I'm just going to kick it in there, let it get some of that juicy juice stuff. I'm not going to pick up the skillet. If you pick it up, it's going to turn off. And I want the heat to stay on there. Staying at 370. Oh, wow, that smells good. That smells good. A little aged grape juice for that. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to crank up the temperature. Take it up to, I think 460 is the max. I want to give it a little crustiness. Okay. Nice. All right. And I hope you guys can hear. Let's see. Oh, someone made a comment. Aged grape juice. Yeah, I do like my aged grape juice. Okay. Let's just keep going. I got it at 460 right now. Really smells good. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it because I can. All right. Let's see. There we go. I'm not your fancy chef guy, but I kind of get by. I pretty much just fry everything, if not boil things. And from a pots and pan standpoint, I have an iron skillet. I got another iron skillet most recently, and then I use this wok from Calphalon, but it won't work on this one because it has to be iron. I think that one won't work. I did the test where I took a magnet, okay, and it didn't stick. Here it sticks. And I'm one of these ones that, yeah, I get yelled at a lot from my significant other for using way too much paper towels. But, you know, I kind of like paper towels. Okay, I'm going to drop it to 400 now. Okay, I'm going to flip it over again. And again, what's nice, I mean, I can grab the handle and I can feel the heat inside. But oh yeah, this is rocking and rolling right now. Okay. And what I normally will do is just put in that garlic and stuff, and just kind of keep basting it with the butter. I just did 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. And at this point, this one's ready to set aside. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the next one. All right. So let me go get a platter or plate to put it in. Whew, dropped it, but luckily this stuff is pretty unbreakable. Corel. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn it off. Okay. Look at that. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Ooh. Okay, and then what I want to do is, let me see. Okay, it's not hot. Okay. So it's hot in here, but it's not hot out here. Okay. And what I'm going to do next, let me kind of take you over to this side. Flip this around. Got it off. The fan's going to keep going. But I'm going to go ahead and take the oils and whatnot and just kind of dump it on there. And let it do its thing. And then I'm going to do a quick rinse. And that's the thing I love about cast iron is I can just clear it out and get the next one ready to go pretty quickly. And like I was saying, I do tend to use a lot of paper towels. Let's go ahead and grab some more paper towels. Okay, so this is already drying up nicely. Okay. And the main reason why I do this, dump it out before I do the next deal, is because if you leave the oil and the butter from the first time, it's gonna really mess up and maybe possibly burn the other stuff on your next round here. Okay, so all right, this one's just kind of sitting here. I'm gonna let it sit, dump out some of that, okay, because I'm gonna reuse some more of this. from the other butter, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get this one started again. Okay, temperature, I'm gonna go to 400. Okay, and we'll add some more of that garlic, okay? Already put some olive oil in there. Let's put a little butter in there, 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. I got these little leafy things, these thymes. Thymes, I've got lots of thymes. Again, the seasoning, I kept it simple. Garlic salt, seasoned pepper, actual garlic, the olive oil, some butter. And you can hear how quickly it's heating up. Very nice, very nice. I want to give it a little bit more oil, just to help it a little. Okay. Oh, this is smelling really good. Woo. I already want to eat it, but I can't. I gotta finish up everything. Okay. And this last one's gonna be the big piece. That's what I'm having for dinner. These are what I'm having for lunch later in the week. Sunday, I tend to cook things for for lunch on Sunday. It just makes things easier. Okay. 400, we'll just kind of let it hang out here. Okay. I love cast iron skillet cooking, and I do like this induction burner. I'm pretty happy with it so far. This is day 1 of the burner, and I would say it works. Okay. Okay. Just gonna let it sit here real quick, do a little basty, and then I'm gonna flip it. Kind of flip it over. Okay. I'm not getting like a full crust on it. I think if I cranked up the heat and then I initially put it on at the high heat, that would work, but right now I'm just kind of learning this baby. And so far, yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, we'll crank it up, 460. Let's see what that does. Okay, so for tonight's dinner, I'm going to have these charro beans that I showed you earlier, how quickly I can heat them up in this baby. Basically a couple of minutes and it was ready to go. And then gonna have some of that cauliflower rice that I made yesterday. Check out that live stream. Show you some details on how to do the cauliflower ricer. The key thing about the cauliflower ricer is you gotta cut the cauliflower in small florets. If you leave them big, it's gonna be a little bit harder to cut. Okay. Alright. Okay, this one looks like it's almost ready. Okay. And these I'm mainly just cooking them and getting them ready so that I can have them ready for this upcoming work week for lunch. Drop the temperature back down to 400. And what's nice, again, I'm feeling the end here. Now it's finally starting to get hot on the handle. Earlier it didn't. Okay. Swap that over. Okay, I'm gonna move this one. Okay, let's slide over a little bit. I'm gonna turn it off. That baby there. Alright, and then I better grab some hand deals just in case. Not sure if it's hot or not, but just in case, I want to just kind of layer it on there like so. Okay. And then, see, yep, that's off. And we're gonna let that sit, okay? And then you go ahead and rinse and repeat. And I'm noticing from a cleanup standpoint versus the electric grill there, that's, well, you got to clean it up and everything, so it's a little bit more work to get it clean versus here. I just gotta wipe this baby down, wipe down the counter, and that thing's ready to go. So here I'm just gonna scrape out some of the junk that's in there. Yes, I use soap when I clean my cast iron. I know some folks don't do that, but yes, I do. Still comes out good, and I don't use a lot of the seasoning or lose a lot of the seasoning of the cast iron itself. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and set that aside. Let it do its thing. All right, and let me go ahead and show you what I got right there. Looking pretty good, isn't it? All right. I am a neat freak, so I gotta clean up as I go because I don't want to have dinner and next thing I know I gotta wash other stuff other than my plate because that's just a pain. You know, it's just a pain. I prefer just to go ahead and just eat and put stuff in the dishwasher and be ready to rock, you know. All right, let me just kind of clean up a little bit. Okay, this is standing by, and let's go ahead and get ready for the next one. But I still need some more of those aged grape juice. And this one's actually 16% of aginess, if you know what I mean. Okay, all right. Let me put up the garlic, salt, and seasoned pepper. Again, this is what I use to season the pork steaks. I do the same thing with steaks as well. And let's see. Yeah, at this point, I think we're pretty much ready to go. And this one, I'm gonna give this one a little brownie crustiness to it, mainly because the two are already cooked. I'm gonna reheat in a or a microwave at work, and I kind of just want to let them kind of cook themselves. I don't want to undercook them or overcook them in the microwave. So that's the main reason why. This one I'll be making for dinner, so I'm gonna definitely make sure I've got it cooked. Okay. Let me just put stuff up here. I still got some more of those. Ooh, shoot. I still got some more of the thyme. This is thyme, I think. Okay. I'm going to sneak a little roasted garlic here. Oh, man. That is tasty. Kind of reminds me of, let me see, when I lived in California, the Gilroy Garlic Festival, where they were offering all kinds of things, including garlic ice cream. All right, well, yeah, that was tasty. All right, let me go grab a paper towel, because I got to have a paper towel. I want to wipe it down a little bit. Let me go ahead and wipe this down. Look how quick I can just kind of wipe this down. Okay. All right. Just going to mainly just wipe down the burner on the bottom to make sure I get all that going. And then get some of the water out from the rinse. Okay. Put it back on. I haven't turned it on yet. I'm going to put on the oil. A layer of olive oil right on the bottom, just to cover the bottom here. Okay. Like so. And then let's turn it on. Okay. Put the temperature at, let's go initially at 400. I'm going to go ahead and use the whole deal of garlic that I got. Okay. Whole deal of garlic. Get that going. All right, and while that's starting up, let's go ahead and prep the butter. I'm going to put the butter in a little bit. First, I want to get these guys roasted. And again, you can see how, well, you may be able to see, maybe see a little, the crustiness start showing of the garlic, because yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I kind of want to roast them really quickly, get them that brownish honey roasted look. Okay, but you don't want to overdo it and get it where it's burnt, because burnt garlic doesn't taste as good as roasted garlic. Yeah, in my opinion, of course. Okay. Let's just kind of rinse and repeat. This is our third pork steak now. These two were smaller. Smell good. I've been letting them sit here while we cook the others. They're in some olive oil, butter, garlic mix with some of that seasoning. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and throw in some of the thyme. Let's go ahead and throw the butter in now. Okay. Kind of get everything started here. Yeah. Me likes. I definitely like simple when I'm cooking with the iron skillet outside. Yeah, it's pretty cool because it's a hot fire and coals and everything going, and just got to make your adjustment by moving things over a little bit. So this is kind of like having that really hot coal fire going. The only difference being it's actually controlled. You can control it, and well, you can control it. All right. So I'm going to move everything over to the side. And crank it up to 460. That's the highest temperature setting. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get it going. All right. And then I'm going to grab the pork steak, like so. It's the bigger one. Put it right in the middle. Oh, hear that sear. Hear that sear. Nice. Okay, and then while that's searing like so, I'm going to go ahead and baste it on the sides and all around with that buttery olive oil, garlic, and thyme goodness. Okay. And here I probably should time it. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute. We've got Alexa here. Okay. Alright, so all I'm going to do is keep doing this like so at 460 for 1 minute. Then I'm going to flip it. Okay. Oh yeah, look at all those garlicky things. Nice. I think it's called thyme. It's the one that looks like a tree branch. The seasoning. Yeah. Oh yes. This is smelling good. I am liking it. Okay, all I'm just going to do is just keep mixing it around. Throw that oil on top. Oh, Alexa, off. Okay, we got the minute going. Flip it over. Oh, got a nice crustiness. Alexa, set a timer for 1 minute. Okay. Got a nice crusty thing deal to it. I like it. Okay. So for tonight's dinner, it's going to be pork steaks, garlic, olive oil, fried, pan-fried in a skillet. And I'm going to have some cauliflower rice, some charro beans. I am in Texas, so tasty, tasty. Gotta have some beans. And then on top of that, I'm gonna have some kind of vegetable, probably a lettuce or a salad. I'll post a picture later. Okay, it's starting to get really hot. I'm gonna turn down the heat. Alexa, off. Okay, that was 1 minute. Okay, let's go ahead and lift it. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more dilly. I want to pour this on top of. I want to pour it on top of the dilly here, and it's gonna kind of rest. Okay. Oh yeah. And I don't want to miss out on that tastiness of right there. All these little garlic pieces. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. I've already turned it off. It's the fan that's on right now. Yeah, the fan is on, so that's really what you're hearing. Once the fan turns off, then I'll go ahead and turn off the machine. Okay. Okay, that's the start of something good right there. Look at that. All right. So I'm going to let it sit, okay? And while it's sitting, go ahead and get everything cleaned up and just talk about what I'm going to be doing. All right, so one, I'm letting it rest, and by the time it's done resting, it should be good to go to go ahead and cut into it and just take a look at it. And if it doesn't turn out right, well, we got this baby right here. We can just go ahead and fry it up some more. Okay, it's almost like a microwave, you know. Just turn it on, and sure enough, it just starts cranking up the heat. That is very impressive. I was surprised when I cooked some soup with it, how quickly it turned. The heat turned up on it, and I got it to a very tasty temperature. Soup almost felt like I had just cooked it right then. I mean, a lot different than the feel that I get in the microwave at times. Sometimes I think the microwave, when you heat something in the microwave, it seems to lose temperature quickly compared to something that you actually use high heat on, other than those microwaves. Okay, but hey, that's just me. Okay, let's go ahead and grab. Let's see, I can grab it by hand. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a nice quick rinse. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Okay. Thing I like about these Lodge skillets, I'm telling you, I've used this one for decades now, and I use it out camping when I was out in the field and whatnot. And it's done really good service for me. And lo and behold, here we are in the new 21st century, and cast iron skillet still works on this induction burner. Pretty impressive, isn't it? You know? All this technology, and this baby's still rocking. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of put things aside so I can let it cool. Okay. I'm gonna grab the paper towels again. I'm a paper towel freak. Yes, I am guilty of that. Okay, so what I do is I'll just rinse it off. I'll leave a coating of light oil on it. Okay, and since I don't have to worry about the coals and fire that I normally get when I'm cooking over fire on the skillet, I can just leave it as is and let it cool down. Okay, here is the pork steaks. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit more as I clean up stuff. And I'm letting the burner cool down a little until I see that it quits saying hot right here. Let me lift it up. It's flashing hot, giving you the warning that it is hot. You know, nice to know. And look at this, I'm cleaning stuff off, and just with a little Clorox wipe, this baby's already ready to go. You won't even know that I even cooked here. Versus over there, I'd have to be cleaning up all kinds of stuff. And well, significant other definitely likes a clean oven stovetop. Oh yeah. Let's go check out this steak. Pork steaks. Let's move this aside. Let's pull this over. Let's bring this down so you can see a little bit better. Okay, let's see. All right, let me just adjust here. This is that fancy stuff here where I've got a phone. Oh, I better grab a fork. Okay, and look at that. Look at that. Pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna just kind of cut off a piece of it here. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna taste one. That looks tasty. I'm gonna have to have one. Okay. Oh, that's tasty. I really like the garlic stuff on there. It's giving it a crunch. Mmm. Wow. I'm gonna have another. Shoot. Wow. I still have to eat dinner. Holy cow. That's right, I still gotta have dinner. What I would say is make sure you keep the olive oil and butter and use that as something to baste on top of it. If you want to cook it a little bit longer, you can. This has turned out pretty good. I really like this. These crunchy garlic pieces here, how it fried it. Oh yeah, wow. All right, well, I think that's a success. I think I might be cooking more with this stuff. All right, let me wash things out with a little of this aged grape juice. Hey, and do check back. I'll do more of these. Not sure what I'm gonna cook next though, but it's probably gonna be in a cast iron skillet and this induction burner. All right, all for now. Take care. Thanks for joining.